hear them?
I thought I heard somebody, but I don't know what they said.
Yes.
Rick asked if you were having any success with it.
How many what?
Did you hear
Can you
us?
hear us,
Can you
Jean?
hear us on Zoom? Oh, Cassie hears
I
you.
can't hear anybody else.
Cassie hears you.
I can hear Jean.
You can hear Jean?
I
All
can
right, I'm
hear
going
her
to
as
hang
well.
up, Jean. I'm going to hang up from you.
Well, how am I supposed to?
Wait. Let me hang up and make sure it works first. And I'll call you right back. All right?
All right.
Let me put you on mute. I'll do that.
Gotta start that earlier.
Jean, can you hear me now? Can someone talk to Jean?
Jean, can you hear us? Jean? Hello, Jean? Test, 1, 2.
All right, I'll put my phone on. All right, Jean.
What?
All right, we can't hear you. You might have to come back in again.
Which means what?
Can you do the link one more time?
So how do I get out of this?
Alexa.
Which says video preview, just with the extras, just get rid of it?
Yep. And then go right back into the link again.
Doesn't do anything.
Hello.
All right,
The damn thing.
I'll keep you on my phone and we'll go from there. It will probably link
I'm going
in.
to shut it off and start over.
Okay. Rick, she's going to shut it off and start over.
Alexa, cancel the 7
Let's
p.m.
start earlier with her next time.
Okay, here I am at the very beginning.
Okay.
Now what?
Are you connecting now?
Hit where it says Zoom meeting
Yes.
to your other.
Hello, Jean. Flora, are you there?
Yep, loud and clear.
All right. Let's
I'm
see
ready.
what's in our face.
Son?
Yeah.
Can you send her another link?
Yeah.
I need to start the meeting, Mary.
Right, go
I
ahead.
don't know how long this is going to last. It's after 7 now. Everyone's here.
Go
We need
ahead.
to start her earlier next
What am
time,
I
all right?
supposed to do now?
Just, we're gonna start the meeting, Jean.
What?
We're starting the meeting.
It's wonderful, and I'm not even in it.
You're in it, Jean. You're in it.
I'm not in it. I can't see a thing. I can't hear anybody.
Oh, we can hear you. We can hear you.
They can hear you, Jean.
Well,
Every,
that's wonderful. What's good about it? I can't do a damn thing here.
All right, hold on.
Jean, I'm sorry about that, but I don't know what to do. I mean, we got to start the meeting at 7. It's after 7.
we can hear you and we can see you.
All right, Jean, we got you on the phone, so you're okay here. I'll put you close enough so you can hear everybody.
Jean, can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Jean?
So I can't see anybody, but I can hear you on the phone. Is that what it is?
Now we can see
Oh,
you.
Jean, I see you.
Yeah, great.
Hold on.
Okay, welcome everybody to our September 21st Lynn Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. Mary, can you call the roll? Mary?
Yes, Mr.
can you
Wood?
call-
Oh. All right, Mr. Smith,
Present.
Mr. Makua,
Present.
Mr. Wooten, present. Mrs. Crowitz,
Present.
Present. If you want to call it that.
Mrs. Curley, present. Mr. Calnan, present.
Present. Present.
And Mr. Wood, present.
Present. Okay,
Perfect.
first order of business, can I have a motion to accept the minutes from the August 17th meeting?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr.
Accept
Town.
them as read.
I got a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
I second.
Okay, thank you, son, Mr. Wooten. So all in favor of accepting the minutes from August 21st, August 17th? Aye.
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 Aye. Okay. Minutes are accepted.
Can you hear Jean?
No, I can't hear. It's just a garbled mess.
All
I have
right,
no idea what he said.
all right, hold on. Let's see.
I'm gonna have to put someone else on for her. I mean,
Hold on. Jean, can you hear now?
What case are we on?
We haven't started yet.
Okay.
Go ahead, Rick.
okay. We're gonna start with our continued cases. Case number 9970, 239 Western Ave, petition of Charles Ty. This is to vary the provisions of the City of Lynn zone ordinance to allow the conversion of a single-family home into a two-family home that lacks sufficient square footage and frontage as is required by the City of Lynn zone ordinance. So, Mary, did we hear anything from council office on this?
Attorney Lamanna has something on that?
Yes, so myself, Council President Darren Sear, who's the ward councilor, met with the family of the petitioner and the petition. Councilor Sear is in favor of the plan so long as any units in the attic are removed. So I believe that there were 2 and perhaps 3 units up in the attic. They be removed. Now, I don't know if the petitioner is on this call. There was a request to put new plans together that showed no units in the attic. So I get the sense that was not submitted, but I don't know if they're on the call right now and they have anything to add about where those plans are.
We're here. We're here. We did get the new plans. We didn't have time to go to City Hall to give you the new ones. I don't know if you can see it from here though, but this is the attic here. We left the space to make it just storage room.
No.
We can
We
bring
can't see
that
that.
in.
Yeah, we can't see that.
I figure. But we can come by the city, I think this week and drop it off.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mr. Chairman, if I could just comment here briefly. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. We're supposed to see this before this meeting. I saw a stamp. Is it stamped in the corner on the drawing?
It is, yes. Yes.
It is. So is that being submitted to ISD already?
Yeah.
That drawing,
Yes.
the whole thing, it has been?
Yeah, so this is the original plan that we had. The only difference was we had to change the attic to take out 1 bedroom, so it'll just be storage space, and that's what we did. We just hadn't had time to get the plans yet.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, but I think Mr. Makua is correct. I mean, we need to be able to look at this, not right at the meeting. So I think we should, you should drop this off so we can see it and put you on the next meeting. Because I mean, it's not fair to us to look at these plans right now as we sit here. I need to have a little time with them. What is it? What do the other members think? And Danya, you're sitting on this meeting. We're gonna just as a little business on the board. We're gonna the 3 alternates. We're gonna go in order: Danya, Flory, and Son, and then we're gonna repeat that order for the second 3 cases. Okay. So Danya, you're on this case. So what does the board think about that? Are we okay with?
No, I'm not okay with it. They need to get the drawings to us for the next meeting.
Yeah, I think you're right. It should be continued. Get all the material together so we can see it.
Yep.
Okay.
Only guesswork. Huh?
Yeah, there's really no sense in continuing with the hearing in terms of opposition because we haven't seen it and it hasn't been, haven't given us a chance. So can I get a motion from a board member to continue this?
Motion to continue.
Second.
Who's the second?
Continue to October 5th, 2021.
Okay, so Mr. Callahan made the motion and Ms. Crowitz seconded, so can you call the roll, Mary?
Sure.
I have no idea what's going on.
That was
Not one thing.
239 Eastern Ave.
All right,
Just
Jean
let's
just said she
continue.
has no idea, so I want to ask Flory to also sit on this in place of Jean because she has no idea what's going on, so we can't.
Okay.
Because I can't hear anybody. I
Yeah,
heard
I know,
Roberta's
I'm
voice. I
sorry.
don't know, it's all garbled.
It's not your fault,
I
it's a
heard
technical
Rick, it's
problem.
all garbled.
I have to have members that can hear what's going on, vote on the case, so Flory, can you?
Yes.
Okay.
So to continue to October 5th, 2021.
Continue.
That's Mr. Callahan and Mrs. Crowitz.
Yes, to
Mr.
continue.
Mr. Smith to continue.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, to continue.
Mr. Makua to continue.
Yes, to continue.
Mrs. Crowitz to continue.
Yes, to continue.
Mr. Callahan to continue.
Yes, to continue.
And Mr. Wood to continue.
Yes, to continue.
I'm not in this.
No, he didn't. He took you out because you couldn't hear it, you said.
Well, you know what? I might as well just hang up.
I feel
Yeah.
bad, Jean, but if you can't hear us, what can we do? You can't vote on things if you can't hear it.
Well, why does it? Could ask Mr. Wooten if he could do what he always does, and I can hear this thing.
Remember, we're live here. We're live.
All right. Mr. Wood,
Yeah.
could you also ask them to drop them off in room 201 and not in 103?
Okay. Let's see, Mr. Ty? Are you there? Mr. Ty?
Yes, I'm here.
It's muted. You have to wait till I mute the mic.
Could you drop those plans off to Mary Gokus in room 203 at City Hall?
201.
201, I'm sorry. Did you hear that, Mr. Ty?
Yeah.
Okay, so we continue the hearing till October 5th.
Okay.
So that will give us a chance to look over your plans and we'll discuss it on October 5th. But get those plans in as soon as possible to room 201, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay, thank you. Okay, the next case number 9979, 466 Eastern Ave. Petitioner William Butler. He's the owner under agreement by his attorney Sam Vitale. It's to vary the provisions of the zone ordinance to allow the conversion of a pre-existing non-conforming vacant store in the R4 apartment district to a single-family dwelling on a lot with less than the required area, frontage, setbacks, and parking. Sam, do you want to present?
I wanted to bring to your attention, and I delivered to Mrs. Gokus, a request that Councilor Seer had wanted a meeting with the neighbors. I had suggested the 18th. He was busy on September 18th and couldn't do it. And so we scheduled a meeting for this coming Saturday, the 25th, at the parking lot of the closed Eastern Avenue fire station, to which all abutters have been notified and the plans have been sent to them by mail. So that I would ask that we have an opportunity with the city councilor and with the architects to sit and talk with the neighbors and meet with them Saturday morning. And that's why I asked that the matter be put over to your next meeting.
What time Saturday?
What time Saturday?
10 a.m. if you want to be there.
Motion to continue.
Okay, Mr. Callahan has made a motion to continue. Can I get a second on that?
I'll second it.
Jean seconded.
Okay, Jean's on this, all right. And Flory, you're on this too. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Can you call the roll, Jean?
Mr. Makua,
Yeah.
to continue to October 5th. Mrs. Crowitz, to continue.
Yes, to continue.
Mrs. Curley, to continue.
Yes, to continue.
Mr. Callahan, continue.
Yes, to continue.
And Mr. Wood, continue.
Yes, to continue.
Perfect.
Okay, so let's continue. Mr. Wooten, if you sit on this case, please. This is case
Yeah.
number 9980-105 Newhall Street. Petitioner Abosa Akador, by his representative Dion Krieger. This is to vary the provisions of the City of Lynn zone ordinance to allow the conversion of a single-family dwelling into a two-family dwelling without sufficient frontage, square footage, and setbacks. Mr. Krieger, do you want to present?
Yes, good night, everybody. My name is Dion Krieger. So just as a reminder, last time we had this meeting and I was asked to submit a better or a cleaner or professional stamp survey or site plan. So our goal is to get this single family that is very small and very narrow, and find a way to make it better in that neighborhood. And we come up with the idea to have these 3 parking in the back, and the last time it wasn't as clear as. Actually, that is not the right plan. Actually, I did submit a better plan. No. It was the one that I handled to Gene and Pat and Rick. It was like more like a black and white plans. Yep. And I sent Mary an email with I don't know if you had a chance to send it to them, to everybody.
Did I resend it? Hold on.
Yeah.
So, any comments from the board?
I don't know what plan is he talking about?
How many bedrooms are there?
It's a package. I think it's a much better plan. I think the issue from last time was really on the parking. But I personally feel like it's definitely an improvement to the neighborhood, and just my opinion, I think it's definitely an enhancement, and it's exactly what we asked from him last time. That's just my take on this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rick?
Yeah.
Gene would like to know how many bedrooms.
Oh no, that is will be the potential for 3 bedrooms.
3 bedrooms?
Yes. We're gonna
in each unit?
In each unit?
Yes. We haven't developed the inside, the layout of the floor plans, because I was hoping just to get the idea if we get moving in the right directions to design at least a 2-bedroom and an office, at least, each unit, because we're going to end up with about with a little addition that we're proposing in the back. We're going to come up with about 1,200 square feet per unit. Considering the stairs and all, we might be able to get at least 2 bedrooms in an office, something like that, a smaller bedroom, as an office, at least. But
and how many bedrooms are there now?
Now it's just literally just 1 bedroom. Literally, it's a very narrow, house. The attic has been used very in an unprofessional, a very unsafe way. So no stairs to the attic, but it was habitable. Actually, it was people living in there, and so we have about 2 bedrooms, total. Kind of not in a legal way or legal size, let's put it this way, no closets. It's kind of a small, the house only has 700 square feet as is right now. So our goal is to get at least like about, 2,000 square feet.
So you're going to go from 1 legal bedroom to at least 4 or maybe more?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that comes before the board always has to show the interior. I'm not going to vote for something that doesn't show the bedrooms or what's going on.
Right.
Well, in addition, how many parking spaces are required for 6 bedrooms?
We are in a zone that we don't go by bedrooms; it goes by unit. As far as I can, I read the zoning bylaws, which is we are on a high-rise district.
So it requires 3 parking spaces.
Yeah.
Right, and I think the petition is for parking, not so much. I think,
Yeah.
Chairman, if I could just talk briefly, I'm sorry for cutting anyone, but I believe if he's asking for relief on the parking, but I
Is that
believe
a parking space in the driveway?
no,
Yeah.
there's parking space on the driveway. Like I was saying, if he wished to add more additional bedroom, I think that will be another petition that he's going to come in front of us, I believe, to meet that requirement.
No, it's
being
just,
high rise.
he's just asking to turn into from one family to a two. That's, I mean, it's
Right.
up to us to look at how many bedrooms and if we think that's legitimate or a reasonable amount to put in the neighborhood. I still think that the property is too tight. There's no room for snow removal or really very little turnaround space.
Right.
Well, we did plan allocate in the parking lot a zoning, a snow, area like by the bay window there, as you get into the right hand of the driveway, and as you guys, I think before the issue was the parking, yes, and we did move, as you can see towards the end of the park in lot, we did give the 5 feet setback. That was an issue before, and we decided to get rid of the planters that we had before, like landscape planters, and we gave up the 5 feet that is required, and then we minimized the size of the addition to get more maneuver and ways to get out of last time it felt like it was kind of tight, and yes, then we kind of moved stuff around to clear the parking lot so we get better space. And the only issue would be that we kind of see is that we have a 10 feet driveway access towards the end of the house. That's the kind of a critical measurement that instead of 12 we have 10. But in the beginning, as you drive in, it's 12, and then it narrows down, but then opens up again in the back. So that was the kind of the setback relief that we're looking for as far as parking.
What is the driveway width requirement?
12.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we can always go for 2 bedrooms. Like I said, we don't mind, but going.
I think this is Dion.
Mm-hmm.
Dion, hey guys, this is Obi. I'm the owner. I think originally, Dion must have misspoken a little bit. This is a 2 bedroom, 2 bath, and an office. So I think from the previous plan, because we've been at this for a little bit, from the previous plan we had when we were going for 3 family, that's where we had the 3 bedroom. So when we brought it down, when the board asked us to go for 2, or we decided to go for 2, so this is a 2 bedroom and a 2 bath and a kitchen with an office space. So the addition from the back, so we took 5 feet out from the addition we originally proposed. So the 5 feet setback from the parking lot, we met that. So 10 feet is what we have on the driveway right now. So essentially what we are looking for is about 2 feet, 2 feet, which we are not able to meet. 12 feet, we have 10. So the building is going to be 2 bedroom, 2 baths on each floor. Thank you.
So
Yes,
that plan we're just looking at, the colored one is outdated now, though, right?
The one we are going with, which we submitted, was this black and white, which is currently on the board right now.
That's the most updated plans, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't vote on something that I don't see the interior plans, because that office can end up with a closet and it'd be the 3rd bedroom.
No, but we do have. That's why we have an inspector. The city is not going to go for something that's not on the plan. I understand what you're saying, Miss. But at the end of the day, once you've done your part, we still have to meet up to other other inspector, regulator that's going to make sure that the plans we submit is what they're going to be having. But we cannot give you what we don't know, because the directive or the direction from the group, from this meeting, doesn't really specify where we need to go. If we come to a meeting, we need this done, we need that. We never really discuss the issue. So me paying for an architect to give a plan of the exterior when we don't know the direction of this group, I don't think that's what the inspection services want to go for. But I'll guarantee you guys that whoever the inspector is, or the building inspector will want to say two bedroom and an office, not a 3-bedroom, which is not what we are proposing.
We never vote on anything that has no interior. We don't give carte blanche to the interior, and I'm not voting for something unless I have interior plans.
Can I ask a question? Is you're meeting with us today to get some kind of confirmation from us that you met the parking? I'm a little confused. And then you're going to work on the plans? What are you asking us for today?
Well, it's just based on my analysis on the zoning as we are, the parking was an issue and the amount of bedrooms was not. So in essence, we're trying to get to conversion from a single to a 2-family. And so the amount of bedrooms, in my understanding, will not be an issue as long as, because we are in a zoning that the parking dictates the amount of, that has nothing to do with the amount of bedrooms, as far as I believe.
I just want to clarify one thing, Mr. Krieger, and that is we don't necessarily look at bedrooms, but when you were proposing 3 units, there were more bedrooms, so there would be more people. And thus, now you were coming back and surprising us with a possible 3rd bedroom, which threw us because we thought it was going to be 2. So we're asking these questions for a reason.
No, I understand. What I'm saying is that if the bedrooms are an issue, we can always have some sort of a understanding that we're going to be stuck with 2 bedrooms only. We cannot do more than that.
Mrs. Curley is correct in that we usually see at least a floor plan. They don't have to be development plans, but we at least see a space plan or a floor plan of what's intended.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Chairman, I think to resolve this, it should be a stipulation that there be no more than 2 bedrooms.
Yeah, I'll
Absolutely.
agree with
Yes, sir.
I'll agree with that.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Collins.
And the other thing is the plan is a big improvement. Shows the parking, but it has 2 zoning violations on the side. That space in the back should have been continued around the sides. It's 5 feet buffer all around the property, but they can't do that. So we'll have to have that included in the wording of what it was intended to do.
You're right, but yeah.
I make myself clear on that.
Yes.
The parking
It just would be included that it doesn't conform on the sidelines, but it does have the 3 spaces.
It doesn't. The parking's supposed to be set back 5 feet from the property line. It's not. Yeah.
All the property lines. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, you're definitely right. Yeah, we given the front, the rear, but not the sides. Yeah.
So what are you saying about the snow? You have a snow removal area? I see a fence in the way and stairs.
No, that is just a curb. It's not a fence. It's a curb. It's just a draw for a curb, a little curb that to separate the like a grass area from the driveway.
Where the stairs are in the back there?
No, it's right as you see the bay window as you drive in. Yeah.
Well, that's snow storage. Oh, okay. What about in the back of the yard?
Well, we don't have much room because of the stairs. We could. The thing is, we have to get a stairs, and we could use that space that we have there, which will be our egress. We can move that towards the middle of the house as an egress, and then we have that corner for more for snow storage as well, if that needs to be.
I don't see there being snow storage there at all. I mean, that's a lot of snow to move, and you get it. Not just the parking spaces have to be clear, but the area for them to pull out and drive away. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's sufficient. It's just to me, it's doing too much with too small of an area. And I don't like going from 1 bedroom to 4 bedrooms. I just think it's a very dense neighborhood. You get I don't know. You could have 2 cars. You have 4 cars there. When are they going to do that? And then they have guests. Where do they park? It's just going to bomb the street with cars. It certainly looks better There's no doubt about that. It looks better, but is the end result going to be better for the neighborhood? I don't think I don't think that's a place to increase the bedrooms in that neighborhood. I don't think it's going to help the neighborhood. I do like the face look on the building looks wonderful for sure, but I don't like adding new bedrooms from 1 to 3, and the parking is tough. I don't know. It's a squeeze. It's just push, I think.
So, sir, but if we leave the house as is right now, what you're saying is that we can we convert from a single to a two with like adding bedrooms, or not at all? The question is, if we leave it the way it is, we just we do the renovation with that property. The property has no legal parking at all right now. The way it is right now is just you have to park in and drive back up on the street. So in essence, I could, can I add bedrooms to the house? Can I add 2 bedrooms to the house in single family? That's the question. And that zoning, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, is not dictated by the amount of bedrooms, the amount of parking. So in essence, I could just ask for a interior renovation and try to create 3 bedrooms, So I'm going to end up with the same amount of bedrooms, same amount of cars. That's my point. And keep it as a single family. Because right now, see that.
So you mean you could do a single family with 4 bedrooms?
Yeah, well, I'm not. What I'm saying is that the amount of bedrooms could be an issue with a single or 2, and also with no parking, because the single family is still there and no parking at all. That's not illegal. That's not a legal way to park. You have to back up on the street, and that's not a driveway. That's just not, to me, it's not right, and it's not a good way to park in and out, and there's no way to maneuver. You have to back up on the street. So what I'm saying is that we're trying to make it better. We're trying to get 3 parking allocated in the front, in the back. Yes, it's very tight, but also with the snow, we're not dealing with it's still. I've done a lot of designs, and I never had to design for 2 family snow allocation. So. What I'm saying is that the bedrooms will still be the bedrooms. If we come in to do a renovation with their house and make it more bedrooms, we're still gonna have the amount of cars, and but on the street. That's my point. On the street, the cars right now is.
I think essentially, if we are not successful at this, and I decide to go pull a building permit and just go back to the attic and go add 2 bedrooms, go to the 2nd floor. And add another bedroom, we're still going to end up with the same amount of space, the same amount of bedroom that we'll be asking for. So, essentially it's the same 2 bedroom, not going to the board, adding 2 bedroom, not going to the board, or going for a 2nd family, a 2nd unit by going to the board. If it's not successful, we'll go to the building permit and just add the 2 bedroom, leave it at a single. You're not going to get the 3 parking there, which we already have right now. And all the parking space, which if you look at it, everybody park on the street as it is.
If you do a single family, if you want to go and do a single family, you'll be required to have 1.5 parking. You're required to have 2 parking spaces. So you'd have to improve the back anyways. Because you're not going to get a permit unless
we're doing an interior renovation. As it is right now, the parking is being provided on the side of it, which is just 1 parking, 1 single parking when you pull in. So if I was to go get a building permit to convert the attic space into a bedroom, which they're already using it as it is as a bedroom, I don't know if it's legal or not legal. But if I want to leave the structure, leave everything as it is, and just pretty much just do an interior renovation, I'm going to end up with the same amount of space, with the same amount of bedroom, with less parking given to what your concern is, and also with the same snow issues still being the same. As Dion has said, we've done a lot of plans and renovation and development. I don't think we've ever had to do anything with a 2 family with a snow relocation site or anything. But we are here to listen, and we're hoping for the best from this meeting.
Yeah,
Mr. Chairman, I think the point.
Let me just say something, Mr. Khan. I just want to address that. I don't know what the building department will do, but I suspect if you want to put more bedrooms in, they're going to bring up parking as an issue and hold you to the legal requirement of 2 parking spaces for 1 unit. But that's your choice. You can pursue that if you want to. Mr. Khan.
Yeah,
Yeah, can I make some comment on that? I think the plan must be revised so we can see what they're talking about. We could talk all night about this. It should be revised. Bring it at the next meeting.
What did you want to see revised?
About the bedroom issues and everything, because that goes into, that's the record. That goes into the archives, the plan.
I just don't, it's not gonna make a difference to me, but, you know, I'm just one member, so, if that's the wish of the board, if the, you know, the applicants want to continue and, you know, that's fine.
So can I ask a question, guys? Maybe correct if I'm wrong, but there are certain zones within the town that within the city that the park is related to amount of bedrooms, and I believe we're on a high rise, which it's related to units, not amount of bedrooms. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. It's just that as a board, we have a discussion to, you know, give permits, variances where we see fit. And so if we don't like the amount of bedrooms, or if we don't like anything about it, we have that that's our prerogative as individuals to vote how we see fit. So, like I said, I applaud you for trying to improve the neighborhood, but I just don't think it improves the neighborhood to add more bedrooms to a very densely settled neighborhood.
Mr. Chairman, as it currently stands right now, is a 3-bedroom, two bath on 1,300 square foot. So if we are doing the conversion, essentially we're only adding 1 bedroom to it. As it stands as a single family, this is a 3-bedroom, 2.5, two full bath. As it currently stands at the moment. So essentially, we are not asking for too much if we want to do anything at the inside as far as like improving the bedroom. We're only asking for just a single bedroom on the new design, because they are using it as a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath as it stands at the moment.
So right now it's operating as a 3-bedroom, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes, 3-bedroom and 1 parking space. And what they're asking is a 4-bedroom and 3 parking space. So it's actually an improvement. So only if you could show us, you can show the board this and articulate that, I think it might help you in your case. But right now, it almost seems like you're asking for a little bit much, but you do have a 3-bedroom and 1 parking, and you're wishing to go to a 4-bedroom, 3 parking.
But is it? I guess I don't know what the situation, if those bedrooms are legal or not, but I can take your word for it.
I think the problem is this is really confusing, because I think originally they came for a 3-apartment, 3-unit,
Right. Yeah.
and then the board asked them to go to a 2-unit, and I don't think they're really explaining it well. That's why it's confusing. And now they're asking for a 2-unit, but today they have a 3-bedroom, but I think they want 2-bedroom in 1 unit and 2-bedroom in another unit, but they don't have plans. I'm not really sure showing us the parking. Was it because last time people were questioning the parking? So I think plans would help the board.
You're very right. It seems every meeting is a different agenda with no specific relationship to what conversation that was had the previous time. So when we first came, what we asked for was a 3-bedroom. So we asked to reverse to a two family. So the second meeting we came in and nothing was discussed on the inside, and the issue that was discussed was the parking space. Go give me a plan for the parking, which we essentially came back, and that's what we are presenting now. And now we have moved on from there to how many bedroom, legal units or no legal units. So since the meeting to me is a little bit more confusing, like, the agenda feels like, we're not finishing up with one, we're moving to something else, or what is the right thing to do? If he goes and gives a full detailed plans right now, who's to say that meeting, that's where we're starting from? We might be starting from something else and we never even revisit what we talked about, because we're just jumping from one thing to the other. So that's, he can give the plan and say, this is what it's going to be, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Then there's going to be something else. So, and maybe a clear agenda of what.
I think that's exactly what Mr. Callahan was saying, is we can move forward with this, and he has to give us an interior planning with a 2-bedroom on each floor and a 2-bathroom to show us that ISD has to decide what's a legal apartment or not legal. That's not up to us. So just if they just show us the 2-bedroom on the first floor, 2-bedroom on the second floor, and a 2-bathroom, and that's we're done with the parking, right? We can vote on the parking. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they've presented their final parking solution. It's accepted.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We have to vote on it, but this is what we asked them to improve it. So they came in with this drawing. Now we have to kind of vote on whether we agree on this or not agree with this.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we
asked.
asked.
It's going to be hard because we have to make sure that all the board members are on the same page.
Well, that's not necessarily. We can't always.
I mean, right now we have to remember the history was they came with a 3-unit project, and the board said no.
You're right.
So, and then we started looking at the parking.
Right.
So the understanding is that now they've gone down to a 2-bedroom, but the single-family home has a 3-bedroom today. They want to add one more bedroom. Is that okay with the board? And the second part is, if they keep this like today,
that's what we have to vote.
And park on the street, they can make this into whatever. It's already a 3-bedroom. Then they have nowhere to park. But in their proposal, they are, suggesting that they're going to park 3 cars back here and keep them off the street. Is that good with the board or not? I think right now this thing is just going to. It feels like a rabbit hole that we're never going to get the correct direction.
But that's why we're saying we should take step by step, right? That we asked for the parking, an enhanced parking plan. They presented to us today, so we can certainly move on from that. If we want them to enhance something else, you don't like something, this is the time to say it. I know Mr. Callahan said that 5 feet step back should be all around, so they took that as a consideration. Which is good. So now, and the question about the 1 extra bedroom that they're seeking us to vote on. So that's the second issue that we need to, and second hurdles, that's address the 1 bedroom. But whether the apartment is legal or not legal, that's not up to us. That's the ISD matter. If they need help from us in a 1 bedroom, that's what we're here to vote on.
We want an apartment. We're voting on apartments, not bedrooms. But it's our prerogative as to whether we feel like the amount of bedrooms are acceptable to us individually for that neighborhood.
Correct. So, that is fully correct. Yep.
So,
but I think
I said in the beginning, I didn't think this was a good place to do any increase in occupancy. And, I went from a 3 and you tried it with a 2. I just don't feel like it's good to do any increase in occupancy here. Just because I know that neighborhood, it's very densely settled and the parking is a real problem. And so I just don't think it enhances the city or that neighborhood to increase the occupancy in this location. And, I think what you did was it's a lovely enhancement to visually for the way the building looks, the plans, and I applaud you for that. But I don't like making neighborhoods that are already dense more dense, and that's been the history of the board as long as I've been on it. Letting ones go to 2s or ones go to 3s or 2s go to 3s. It's been a tall order, and rarely do they get approved. So that's why I said in the beginning I don't think it's a good candidate for any increase in occupancy.
But they also are giving us choices here. If they did a matrix, they're giving us choices. This could be a 1 family with 3 bedrooms and no parking.
Right.
This could be a 2 family with 3 parking spaces in the back. I mean, there are choices that we can see and compare and say, is that terrible? Is that okay? Is that good? I mean, it's not all bad, I don't think.
But which one?
Wait a minute, son. We don't know really though if they go and pull permits to increase this unit and add bedrooms, if inspectional services won't require them to have the 2 parking spaces that they would be required in a legal 1 family. So I think the inspectional services will do that, and then they'll have to take that deck down and create another parking space. They could do it right in the driveway maybe, but then even then they need to come back to us again because, you know, they don't have the width on the driveway there. So, you know, I like I said, I applaud your entrepreneurial
I think the
spirit,
inspection
but I don't
services, the
think
inspection of services, Mr. Chairman, the inspection of services has looked at it, and that's why they wanted us to talk to you guys. Because
yeah,
as
because
well
it's
as like,
got all kinds of variance needs. You know, the driveway and the parking, and so you know, it's just
My
it's
God, how long are we going to be on this one case?
I know, yeah. So,
But
I don't know,
which
you guys, do
option
you
is
want to
more
go and make your
detrimental?
plans?
I'm saying, which option is more detrimental to the neighborhood? Is it a 3-bedroom or 1 parking, or a 4-bedroom or 3 parking?
We don't know that, Floyd.
Hmm.
We don't know if they will. I think that they will make them have 2 parking, and they'll have
Okay.
to improve it. So, you know, and that's like what, you know, a lot of cases, they have the right to do 1, but they're not allowed to do 2, so they do the 1. They just did that over in Linwood Street. That house is underway now to build a 1. We denied the 2, and they have the legal right to do a 1. You guys can try to improve this, but you still have a lot of, like, I think parking problems, not a lot. If you want to just increase this 1 family, then you'll need 2 parking spaces, I think. I don't know. I can't see them approving permits for a substantial amount of work without making you fulfill the parking requirements. So,
but as it is,
that's not our end.
As it is presently, Mr. Chairman, I can literally walk up to the board and go get a permit just to do an exterior renovation without me getting an additional permit, because I can leave it as a 3-bedroom, as the state right there, and a 2-bath, and just do an exterior renovation, kitchen, bathroom renovation, and paints, drywall, and everything, and just do as it is, just as it is, Chairman. Like, I just need to be clear, as it is.
And for you,
that's what it's being used for. That's what for the permit that we've looked. Excuse me, sir?
That might be a better investment for you because it'll be much lower investment in the building to just repair what is and make it a 3-bedroom, right?
But
and then get 2 parking spaces.
Not necessarily the investment part of it, but not for what is going to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that, you know, enhancing it as a 1 family, you know, could be a good proposition for you too. You know, and you get 3 bedrooms, and that's just what you have now, right?
So can I say something? If we do propose the addition in the back and keep it as a 1 family, the addition is in by rights. We're not encroaching with any setback. So in essence, we don't have to go back to the board because we are adding something we are complying with the zoning.
That's a possibility, yeah.
That's what he's suggesting.
But the thing is that the parking had nothing to do because we're not changing any use. The inspection of service will not push us to change the amount of parking because
that's up in the air. Yeah, who knows, right?
Yeah, no.
I just feel like if you're going to spend that much money, they probably will. But you can find out and do it and find out. Right?
No, because we're not changing the use, sir. We're not changing the use, but means we're not altering.
You're not meeting the requirements for the use you have now, right? You're supposed to have 2 parking spaces.
But says who? The house has been there and it's been there.
Okay, that's a possibility. Yeah, you can go that route and see what happens.
Yeah. So in essence, what I'm saying is we are kind of proposing something in a way better for removing the cars out of the street. That's all.
I don't think so.
All right.
Mr. Chairman, can we move on to other cases? You spent a lot of time
on this one.
They need a revised plan.
What, the floor plan? Floor plan.
Whatever. Yeah.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
Settle it instead of guessing. It's all guesswork now.
Yeah. I'm not going to support it, but.
Well, we could make a motion and take a vote right now.
Yeah. I know how I'm voting. I just don't feel like increasing the density of the neighborhood. That's what's paramount to me. But, if you want to go for a vote right now, or you've got members here that are saying they're not going to approve anything without seeing a floor plan. So if you want
to. If it feel that way, I'd rather have interior work done and presented the case. So at least we was hoping to at least get then the parking revised, and if it's okay, then we don't have to worry about the site plan anymore. We just worry about the inside.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to bring back a floor plan to us?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, if that would be the case,
So then, so then we'll continue to the next meeting. Is that enough time? It's October 5th, and you get a floor plan done by October 5th?
Don't think so. Yeah, no, it's because we need to be. There'll be the next.
October, is it October? What's the next meeting after that, Mary? October 19th? Mary? Mary?
October 19th.
October 19th. Okay. So you want to continue to October 19th, Mr. Krieger?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
All right. So can I get a motion?
Motion to continue to the 19th.
Mrs. Curley made the motion. And Mr.
Second,
Callen made the
Callen,
second.
call the roll.
Mr. Wooten to continue to October 19th
Yes, to continue
with the new set of floor plans.
with floor plans. Yes.
Mrs. Crowitz?
Yes, to continue.
Mrs. Curley to continue to October
Yes, to
19th?
continue.
Mr. Callen to continue to October 19th?
Yes, to continue.
And Mr. Wood to continue.
Yes, continue.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for taking so much time with this.
Question.
Absolutely. Yes.
Sorry, guys. Quick question.
Yep.
Mr. Chairman, quick question. I'm sorry.
Yes.
With the new plan, is it possible to just give it to the inspectional services for them to just look at it? And once we are here, if he has any notes or concern, we can also provide you guys with whatever concern they might have. Maybe that might answer some of your questions.
I believe that we've heard clearly from the members here tonight. They want to see the plans, what they're voting on to approve or disapprove.
No,
So
I'm talking about inspectional services. Inspectional services, the inspector, like for me to submit a plan to him so he can make some remarks if he has any issues. As the currently stand what we're presenting, we can tell us that to the board too. And if it doesn't, it will be part of what we present to the board.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly are welcome to try that. I just don't know if his concerns would be the same as the concerns of the board members. They probably would be, but yeah, I mean, it can't hurt to run it by inspectional services if you'll look at it. But as it is now, we're going to see you back here on the.
So in that case, we don't. So in that case, I'll automatically just eliminate bringing up inspectional service might like or might not like. If they already have it, so they'll just take that out. So we'll deal with the concern of the board then.
Yeah, on October 19th.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
That's a jurisdictional problem.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I can't say that he doesn't.
Yeah.
If he approves it, doesn't mean
people, they don't take the plans to the building department and they come to us. It's the other way around. They have
no.
to.
What excuse me, sir. That's not what I'm saying. Right. Okay, I'll bring.
Okay.
We'll submit up the plans to you guys first before we go to the inspection services.
Yeah, and try to get him in by the 12th or a few days early, so we can have a chance to look at it.
Sure.
Okay, sir, we'll do that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Take
You're
care.
welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, next case, number 99810, Dorinda Circle. Petitioner Edge Real Estate Investments by his attorney James Cipolletta. This is cases to vary the provisions of the City of Lynn zone ordinance to allow the construction of a new 2-unit dwelling on a vacant lot in an R2 district with less than the required square footage. Is only 10,683, where 12,000 is required. And the maximum building height pursuant to Section 8 of the zone ordinance is 2.5 stories or 35 feet. This proposed building is to be 38 feet 1 inch in height. So I'll open the case, and Attorney Cipolletta, do you want to address us on this?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and good evening to the members of the Board of Appeals. My name is James Cipolletta. I'm an attorney with offices at 385 Broadway in Revere, representing the petitioner. As was indicated, this case involves a vacant lot on Dorinda Circle. It has frontage on Dorinda, and is comprised of 10,683 square feet. As can be seen from the plan, the lot is a three-sided lot, is a triangle with the pointed tip of the triangle to the rear of the lot. The proposal is to develop a 2-unit side-by-side townhouse with all parking on site. Each townhouse has its own garage and its own driveway. There is more than adequate parking on the site. The two portions of relief that we would be seeking under the code, as the chairman indicated, is a variance from 8.1 for a minimum lot size and for maximum building height, as is shown by the plans, which include also interior, exterior, and site plans that we have submitted as part of our application. Shows that the shape of the lot, there are two, I should just back up on that and indicate that in accordance with the provisions set out under Chapter 40A, Section 10, and under the Lynn zoning code, the requirements that we need to meet for the grant of a variance would be initially to show a hardship, a substantial hardship with respect to either the shape or topography or other feature of the lot. As the board can see from the shape of the lot, although it is a very large lot and probably one of the largest in the district, seems to be surrounded by other residential lots of approximately 5,000 square feet. It is difficult to make the minimum number of square footage because of the shape with that point of the triangle in the rear, and that is a feature that is not generally found in the zoning district. The topography, as was just shown on the photograph that I saw just go by, is a very difficult sloping topography. It's a challenge to build, and that would also qualify as a topographical hardship. The second would be, is there a substantial detriment to the public good? And I would suggest no, there isn't. It would not substantially increase traffic. The parking, which is always a consideration in a development like this, is all on site. There are equal number of parking spaces inside the building as there are in the driveway for extra overflow parking. I noticed that the board is sometimes particularly interested in how many bedrooms would be in the units, and each of these units is designed to have a master bedroom and 2 others. So for a total of 3 with respect to each unit. The plans are pretty much self-explanatory. If the board has any questions with respect to the plans, we do have the architectural team on board, as well as Joel Rubiera. He's on the Zoom as well. And with regard to the layout or the means or manner of construction, they would be more than well equipped to answer those questions more so than I. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Callen?
You have to read the trunk. The elephant in the trunk, I think it's called.
Okay, Mr. Cipolletta, so when I was up there today, I mean, one of the common requirements of the board is that we have the actual buildings. What's going on? Okay, can you hear me?
Someone just needs to mute their phone or their Zoom.
Okay. Attorney Cipolletta, can you hear me? I can't hear you, Attorney. I think you're on mute.
I'm sorry, I took directions to mute. Sir, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so just what we like to see is the building staked out, where the building will be. And so I went to Dorinda Circle tonight. I went to the end of it, and it's just like, no way I'm gonna push through that brush that was there. I mean, it's overgrowth. It's a tremendous. It would be a battle, and the topography is like, as you said, so steep. But I was the plans you sent us. It looks like that the frontage was Dorinda Circle, but it seemed like where are you gonna now? because I see on this map, in this picture here, at the top of it is Dorinda Circle, right? Can you make that a little smaller? Like, can we go out a little, son, on that? See Dorinda Circle up there, but on where the stairs are and the driveways, they're facing Lawton Ave down there. So when you're talking about entering, oh, I see. There's the entrance over there. That's going to come from Bel Air.
I believe that when Inspectional Services took a look at this and they did their zoning review, they did indicate that there was access from that thoroughfare.
From Bel Air. Okay, I just saw
Yes,
that
sir.
red arrow. Now, did you put that in there, son?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that helped me a lot because I didn't detect that access point. I was wondering how they were going to get in there.
I couldn't figure out how the whole house was going to sit on the property when I went over there today.
Yeah, it's so.
I couldn't see enough room for it.
I think the house is on this. Is it correct? This triangle right here?
Yeah.
Potential
Yes,
house? Okay.
That's
Yeah.
the-
The driveway would come out here. The driveway will come through this way, I think.
down to Bel Air, which is down below.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I couldn't figure that out.
See Bel Air, when your hand goes to the right, like the base of that triangle on the bottom right of it, that's where the driveway, I think, will come in.
It's the bottom left, I think.
So where your
It's right
hand
here.
is now, where your pointer is right now, just go down to that first building. Is that a duplex right there?
Yes,
Okay, I know where it's, now I can figure out where it's at. Okay.
but the entrance will be down from Bel Air, from down below, I think, is what the picture you showed, the architectural rendering there.
It was so complicated to understand where this was going.
Yeah. See, Dorinda's at the top of this picture.
Yeah.
And that driveway is going to be coming.
Long.
It's an odd. It looks like that's kind of upside down as the aerial shot we were just looking at, and that top right would be the bottom right, I guess, we were looking at. I don't know. So, I spoke to the ward counselor, and he has no objection if there's not strong objection from the neighborhood.
Hold on, Jean.
And is it staked? Because I couldn't see anything.
Rick,
Yeah, no. Yes.
Jean would like to know what the angle is that they took the pictures from.
And is a lot staked?
And is the lot staked?
Attorney?
This is Joel Rubiera, the owner. I just wanted to interject. Yeah, the lot is staked, and the picture's taken from the Bel Air angle. So we would come into the property from the Bel Air angle, because when you come in from Dorinda, you guys probably had the same impression that I had when I first saw this lot, is how am I going to get in there? Because it's like a cliff. Bel Air would give you easy access. So you'd have to go around the property and on down the other side, and you would see that there's an access there already.
Yeah, Jean.
Mary.
Yes.
Ask him how I'm supposed to know that. I was at Dorinda Circle. There's no possible way I could see what man is talking about.
Yeah, I went to Dorinda Circle too. So
I wanted to answer that.
Rick?
We heard
Jean,
her.
what? All right, Mr.
You hear her,
Cepeda.
Mr. Rubiera? Mr. Rubiera, you're on mute now. Okay,
Hello?
did you hear her, Mr. Rubiera? Did you hear the question?
I did, yeah. She wanted to know how she was supposed to know that it's accessible through Dorinda Circle. If I'm not mistaken, I thought it was visible on the plans. Let's see. 1 second. Should be visible on the survey. But I understand the question. It's a common one. Everybody that goes to see it, they think it's through Dorinda, but it's through the back. So she's not alone in that. I understand the misunderstanding.
So I wasn't the only one there.
Yeah, well, so I guess we're gonna have to table it so we can go down and see the actual location. I mean, your plans are really good, and we haven't heard yet, but I don't know if there's there's gonna be any neighborhood opposition. But I have another question. Do you expect to do any blasting there? Because I know it's all rock there.
I'll let Carlos, the architect, who's on the call, jump in on that one.
We don't know. We definitely know that we're going to need some heavy machinery there, but we don't know what's the extent of it. While we were cleaning out the lot, we did found a little bit of ledge around, but nothing that indicates that the entire footprint of the house will be the same kind of soil. It won't be a surprise. We found it all around Massachusetts as well doing. Yeah, you can see a lot of boulders there.
Yeah.
But we're not sure. We don't believe we're gonna find ledge in the totality of the footprint.
There's no ledge all around there. If you go like back up Bel Air, that's the corner of Bel Air there, right? Can you go back one picture, son? So that's the corner of Bel Air. You take that right, you go down a Lawton, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah.
Is that where you're proposing the driveway there, right where that brush is and the tree right behind it?
I think yes, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to open my plans here.
So I guess we're gonna have to get back. We just weren't aware of how to enter into the lot to see where the actual building is gonna be. So you got 2 3-bedrooms, and you've got, is it one garage space in the building?
Yes.
One in each unit.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah, that's where it goes.
Yeah, that's a winter shot. Right now, the end of that street is a wall of green. A lot of sage, or what do you call it there? That stuff that makes you sneeze.
So
you couldn't get through there.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make some comments on this.
Yes, please, Mr. Collins.
Can I proceed with some comments?
Yep.
Yeah, this has got a 3-cornered 60-degree angle corners. There's a huge hardship on this land. Mr. Cipolletta made a good presentation about it. It's going to be, and anyone takes this on is going to have a huge challenge. The way they grade it and everything, there could be hard rock there, which might have to be belted out. I'm 100% in favor of approving this petition. I just want to go forward on that. And if it needs to be staked out and striped, well, we can put that as a stipulation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Could you ask if anybody saw that place was staked so you could see the position of these houses?
They can hear you, Jean.
Well, I'd like to know, did anybody see that this place was staked? I was there.
I didn't see it. I didn't know how to get down there. I didn't know to go in from Bel Air. I would have.
Yeah, a mountain goat couldn't get in there.
And the plan shows Bel Air going through, so it was really odd.
Yeah, it's a paper road. I think they're showing the paper road, but there's no road there.
No.
Yeah, this is Joel with Edge Real Estate Investments. So it is a paper road, so we'd have to bring in, pave at least up until you get into the property, and then the property was staked out, and it could just be that because they were coming into the Dorinda side, they didn't see it because you have to, the easy access is through the Bel Air side.
Well, it would have been nice if you would have alerted us so that we could have gone around the block to see that there's been stakes, to see the position of these houses.
We didn't know you were going to miss it.
Yeah,
we're so used to the side that we didn't know that you were going to miss it.
Well, that's part of what the Board of Appeals does.
What was it? What'd you say, Mr. Medina? We were going to what it?
That you were going to miss the stakes because you got into the side through the Dorinda and not the other one. So we just didn't know. That's why we didn't communicate that.
Yeah, right.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, and I probably could have done a little better job on the narrative with respect to access, but as part of the application, I think we filed a determination that was made by the inspectional services, and it says to build a two-family residential home with parking and access the property and water and sewer via Bel Air Street, which is accessible. I apologize for not being more specific in the written application. That was very easy to miss in the ISD handwritten report. So I'll take a hit on that one.
Oh, okay.
It's a tough one. It's a unique situation, you know, and we're all trying to do our due diligence, and just, you know, this one's just got a kind of odd contours to it and so forth in the streets. But I don't know, I mean, like I said, well, let me just see. So we'll continue with the hearing for now. I just want to see if anyone else wants to speak in support of the petition. Is there anyone else that wants to speak in support of this petition? Anyone else wants to speak in support? You can call in. I'll just, it sounds like we'll just give everybody a minute or so to call in, and then I'll open it to see if there's any opposition. And if there's no opposition, we can, like Mr. Callahan said, possibly consider approving it with the stipulation that it is staked out, and or if you know, if the members feel they want to wait and see it first, then we can go there. But we're just waiting now to see if anyone else wants to speak in support. And so not hearing, you know, it takes a little longer maybe to call in. Is the link up for people to call in, or Mr. Wooten? I don't know if people know how to reach us, but anyways, if they're interested, they should have been figuring it out. But okay, so we'll close the hearing to those in support, and now I'll open the hearing. If anyone wants to speak in opposition to this petition, now's a chance to call in, please. Anyone that wants to speak in opposition, we'll give you a couple minutes, and then we'll think about what our options are going forward as a board. Son, could you put that, you were going through up the Bel Air Street, and there were some pictures that kind of looked like that would be the way up there. They're probably old, but there was a bunch of trees there, and it had a set of stairs. That seemed to be where the access point would be. So you swung that around. Is that from Bel Air, those pictures? Where was that stairway? Yeah, right there.
I think that stairwell might be here.
That is from Bel Air. The stairwell is the property next door to the left.
Okay, and so that's the best place to access the site, and that's where you
yes.
Eventually, if the project gets done, then the homeowners will access their house there.
Correct.
Okay.
Is it from this? Is it from this street here? No.
When you go into Bel Air on the bend there, you'll see.
Slide over to the right a little bit. One more, the house in the bottom right. Yeah, right where that tree is there. The big
right
tree is. That's it. I think the access point is there. What is that other?
And you guys all went this way.
We all went up by Doreen.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion that we grant the petition with the stipulation that the lot be staked and striped.
Okay, I want to just close the hearing for those in opposition. We didn't hear anyone else in opposition. So hearing no one in opposition, I'll close the hearing for anyone in opposition. And so now, what is the wish of the board? So Mr. Callahan, you're proposing that we grant the petition with the stipulation that if we want to go there tomorrow, we'll see where it is staked out. So
It's striped.
striped, what, between the stakes? I mean,
Yes,
I don't
that's
see
required.
Yeah. I can just, to me, if the stakes are there, that's good. I don't know, gentlemen, is it striped? Is it painted in between the stakes?
The stakes in there has to be striped. It's a stipulation.
Oh, jeez.
Carlos, can you give us an update on the, I know the survey's there, but we were working on clearing it out. What's the latest
I'm just
on that?
I'm just trying to contact the surveyor right now because I don't believe it's striped. But let me confirm that.
But are there stakes down?
Yes.
There are stakes, yes. He was there, yeah, he was there and confirmed that he when he left that he put the stakes in.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of strange that you guys don't have that much windows in the back because isn't that where your view is going to be?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Is your view back here, or is it sloping too much that you don't have a view? Are you on the crest of the hill, or are you further down?
Oh, we have a view from any point because we have a partially sunken garage, so we're practically raising the whole house. So the first floor, it's more or less aligned with the, yeah, so that's the backyard. So the backyard is one of the highest points.
Okay.
The backyard is what?
Highest point.
Oh. But yeah, so that's going to be elevated, right? How much elevation do you need to get on the downhill side?
Oh, it's marked. It's marked right there, but that's actually like the natural slope. So we are trying not to. We try not to to use more space or raise the house actually more than what we need it.
Can you slide over to the pillars that are raising it to make it level, son?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Can you back out just a little? I was trying to see how much elevation there was on the lower side of the house.
On the right or the left side?
Right there, that pillar there. How high is that pillar? Right there, the one that's in, yeah, right there. How much elevation do you have?
It's barely 7 feet above point zero. Point zero, it's the lowest point of the foundation wall.
Okay, so that'll be a foundation wall, those two lines there. The dot,
yes.
the dash.
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was a pillar or something, but so it's going to be a foundation wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the foundation. It's like a walkout basement, practically, like kinda-ish.
Yes.
You have to make that wall thicker because it's carrying, because it's taller.
Yes, and because it's also retaining. It's working as a retaining wall too. But the thing is, the basement is not a full basement. It's like a half basement or 3/4 basement, as you can see there. It's partially unexcavated, so that help us a lot with the structure. That's going to be a crawl space.
It helps with the structure, you said?
Yes, because we're going to have all those, the perimeter walls there, the concrete. Yeah. They doesn't need to be as deep as we have it in the plans, and they doesn't need to be extra thick or have a lot of rebars because we have soil inside. So that's going to be a crawl space, maybe a 2 feet crawl space.
Oh, okay.
And we have the access panel is visible there where you see where it says mechanical room. So we're going to have an access panel hinged so you can get in there for services or if you want to use it as a storage or whatever.
Right. Okay.
Rick?
So we have a motion on the floor.
Rick?
Yep.
Jean would like to say something.
Okay.
Jean?
If I can't see the position those buildings are going to be on that lot, I can't vote for it because it looks like the backyard goes uphill. I have no idea what is down there. And because of that, I can't vote for it.
Okay, so...
You may have staked it, but you did it in vain for the board because none of us could see this.
Okay, so the immediate alternative is to give us 2 weeks or until the next meeting, which is on October 5th. So yeah, that's 2 weeks. So we could get there to see it, and unless you want to go ahead now with one member saying no. And we have a motion on the floor. We don't have a second yet, so we could hold off. You want to just give us a chance to look at it and come back on October 5th?
Whatever the pleasure is of the board, Mr. Chairman, we'd be happy to oblige.
Okay, so why don't we do that? That will give us all a chance to kind of, just get that information to see where it's staked out and go down from Bel Air. And that will give us all a couple of weeks and to get a look at it. And,
Mary?
Yep.
Tell them I said thank you.
She said thank you.
So,
Indeed.
I mean, we have another member that's asking for the area between the stakes to be painted. So, would you be able to have that done within a week? So that would give us the second week to get over there and look at it.
Definitely.
Okay, so this is the 21st. You'll have those lines painted between the stakes by the 28th, and we'll be it'll be our responsibility to get there between then and the 5th to observe where it's going to be exactly. Okay, so we'll withdraw your motion, Mr. Callahan. Can I get a motion to continue this to the October 5th?
I'll withdraw my motion if that's the wish of the board to continue it.
Yes, you want to make a new motion?
Yes, to continue.
And Jean seconded it.
Okay, so we got a motion to continue and seconded. Can you call the roll, Mary?
Yes, and Mr. Smith is on this, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Smith, to continue to October 5th?
Yes, to continue.
Mrs. Crowitz, to continue to October 5th?
Yes, to continue.
Mrs. Curley, to continue to October 5th?
Yes.
Mr. Callahan, October 5th?
Yes, to continue.
And Mr. Wood, October 5th?
Yes, to continue.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. We'll be back here on October 5th.
Thank you so much. See you then.
Okay. Okay, and our next case is case number 9982, 142 Grove Avenue, /90 Winthrop Street. Petitioner is Mr. Paul DeVoe by his attorney Sam Vitale, and this is to allow the relocation of the property line separating 142 Pine Grove Ave and 90 Winthrop Street by adding 323 square feet to Lot B. 142, that's the 142 Pine Grove Ave lot, for a total area of 4914 square feet, and thereby reducing Lot A, which is the Winthrop Street lot, to 4688 square feet. And both Lot A and Lot B will remain undersized, I think that's supposed to say undersized lots, and Lot B will still lack sufficient frontage. So, Attorney Vitale, do you want to present that for us?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm here with Paul DeVoe. As a brief aside, let me just say that this is one of the finer neighborhoods in Lynn in the Pine Hill area. And like many of the finer neighborhoods, the families have been there for many years, generationally. Paul's mom and dad lived there. The Grenice family as an abutter have been there for years. And maybe Mr. Callahan and I are the only ones that can remember Jim Mosher, who was a musician who had a music shop not far from where my office is now. He owned all the land. His family owned all the land. The parcels got developed, and the last one to be developed is the corner lot at 90 Winthrop that Mr. LeConte owns. That house was built, I believe, in 1985. It was early in the 2000s when Paul was caring for his dad and living in the house, and Mr. LeConte was living with his wife in the corner lot, that there was a fence between the two properties, the rear of 90 and the right sideline of Pine Grove. And I think there's a sign on Route 1 that says, good fences make good neighbors. There was one problem. The fence was in the wrong place. When that got discovered, they sort of cooperated. They were good neighbors. But now, as time has gone by, the realization is that this could create a title flaw with respect to the fact that Mr. DeVoe's driveway was extended to where the fence line was, which put it over onto the rear yard of Mr. LeConte. They were aware of this, and they set out to resolve it. And it went through a series of proposals and plans, and ultimately, to Mr. DeVoe's credit, I bet on the surveyor and lost, and Mr. DeVoe was right with respect to the total area and where the line really was. So once that was determined, then the two gentlemen decided that they would seek relief, and this is the most efficient way, we believe, to resolve it. There is a retaining wall or small wall when the home was built that's on the corner of Winthrop and Pine Grove. And I just want to point out, when you have a corner lot, the zone ordinance essentially requires you to have two front setbacks, and we show that in Mr. Reed's plan. And you don't have a sideline, you really have two rear yards. And we show that even with the change as proposed, the LeConte property would have in excess of a 15-foot rear yard between the right sideline of 142 Pine Grove and the rear of its property. But the wall helps because when the home was built on the corner, there had been problems with water in the basement. And now with the wall there, the water sort of runs off into the storm drain in the street. And the other issue was with respect to a shed. There'd been a shed there for years from his family, and in fact, I think the two adjoining properties both have sheds. And so ultimately, the simple solution was the real solution, which was to follow the line of the wall and to do that by compensating by taking 323 feet and what we call Lot B and adding it to the Pine Grove. And as the advertisement says, neither lot had the requisite frontage when the homes were built. And what we wind up is one lot's got a little bit more, but still not obviously 10,000. And the other has a little less, but still not obviously 10,000. It does add to the frontage on Pine Grove, but doesn't get it to today's requirement of 75. It doesn't really diminish because the property at 90 Winthrop has frontage along Winthrop. And so I think Mr. LeConte, I've spoken with him and met with him, and I think he submitted a letter with respect to his support for the proposal. And if the board were to concur with the suggested proposal, the next step would be we would have to go to the planning board with a what's called a Form A and an ANR plan, approval not required plan, that would allow us to get the properties divided into the isosceles triangle here that's 323 feet, so we could add it to Paul DeVoe's lot. So essentially, what we're trying to do is have the real world conditions be matched up with what will be, quote, the legal conditions, because everybody's getting up there in age and they know that they got to deal with these issues while they're still good neighbors and good friends. And as I say, this neighborhood is characterized by its stability because generationally the properties have passed from family to family and the neighbors do get along. And as I indicated, it's one of the better neighborhoods. I don't think it adversely affects anybody, but it helps two people. It helps Mr. LeConte, who wants to help his neighbor. That's what he told me, that he understood that the driveway was over the line. He understood that the fence that was there in the early 2000s was not the line, and that he wanted to assist Paul. And Paul has been helpful with Mr. LeConte in going forward, and we still retain the rear yard. We help Mr. LeConte with respect to any concerns about added water getting into his basement. And so if the board were to concur, it would be a victory, I think, for both neighbors, and it would support the fact that they've lived in close proximity for all these years, recognizing that there was something sort of just not right, and what they've done is to set out and set it right. So I'd be glad to answer any questions any member may have.
I don't have any questions. I think you presented that very nicely, Mr. Vitale, Attorney Vitale, and especially about the neighborhood. It is a lovely neighborhood, a lovely area of Lynn. And I think it's great that the neighbors get along so well, and that Mr. LeConquer is willing to be a good neighbor like this. So, does any other board members have any comments on this? Okay, hearing none. I'll see if there's anyone else who wants to speak in favor of this petition. Anyone else in favor? I don't think the petition really needs any more speaking in favor. Anyone else in favor? Hearing no more in favor, I'll close the hearing. And those that wish to speak in favor, is there anyone that wishes to speak in opposition to this petition? Anyone that would like to speak in opposition? We'll just give them a couple minutes to call in case there is anyone. It doesn't sound like there will be. But okay. Hearing no one wishing to speak in opposition, I'll close the hearing for that. And what is the wish of the board?
I grant.
Make a motion to grant.
Okay, we got a motion to grant from Mrs. Curley, and can we get a second?
Second.
And we have a second from Ms. Crowitz. And can you call the roll, Mary?
Yeah.
Mrs. Flores on this, right?
Yes. Mr. Makua? To grant?
Yes, to grant.
Mrs. Crowitz to grant?
Yes, to grant.
Mrs. Curley to grant?
Yes, to grant.
Mr. Callen to grant?
Yes, to grant.
And Mr. Wood to grant?
Yes, to grant.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right. On last case, case number 9983, 265 Chestnut Street, petitioner Alex Griswold, owner. Petition is to vary provisions of the City of Lynn zone ordinance to allow the continued existence of a carport constructed without a lawful building permit and in violation of the rear setback provisions of the City of Lynn zone ordinance, which requires a 15-foot of a setback from the property line. Can you put that back up? So I got it right here. Let's see. The existing carport is less than 3 feet from the property line and has walls, roof, and windows and doors have been added to the carport. Mr. Griswold is here to speak for himself. Mr. Griswold, are you there? Mr. Griswold? I know he was here. I think that's him on the bottom of the LGG pad.
He's muted.
He's muted, but he should be able to hear us. Mr. Griswold, are you there? Hello? What do we do in this case?
Can we unmute him?
I can see someone there. Mr. Griswold? Hello? Mr. Griswold? Hello? I can see somebody's head there. Hello? Hello?
Rick, can Son unmute him?
I don't know. It shouldn't matter.
I'm trying to. Which is his number? Do you know?
It's the LG.
Oh, he's gone. I
No,
don't
you
see
still
him.
see someone's head in the corner of the screen there. It says
That's blurry.
LG pad F2 8.0 No, that's
No,
not him. I've been seeing.
Oh, that's not me.
No, that's
LG G-pad.
LG G pad F2 8.0 Hello. Must have his volume down or something. Hello, we're trying to talk to you on 265 Chestnut.
Are we sure that's the petitioner?
I've been seeing them through the night. Yeah, I saw Mr. Griswold there. I was just over there a couple hours ago and talked to him.
Hello?
Yes, hello. Hi, Mr.
Hi.
Griswold?
Mr. Griswold. Yes.
Okay. We're at the point of the hearing where you need to speak for your petition. Mr. Griswold?
I'm trying to hear what you're saying.
We're at the point where you need to speak for your petition. Speak in favor of your petition.
When did you speak for my... Yeah, well, I did what I could for the insurance. My homeowner's insurance sent me a letter telling me I had to improve the building to keep it insurable. And that's how we came to finally get a rubber roof and gutters. And I wasn't aware that I needed a variance. That was never explained. When I think 2006, I tried to get a permit for a second floor, and then I realized, I really probably don't need a second floor at this point. But I thought it was already understood. It was not just a carport. It was when I bought the property, the footprint was already there with a framed back porch, but the covering on the roof was this hard plastic that was continually leaking. Finally, after 10 years, I was able to get the rubber roofing money through an injury award. And I got to the satisfaction of my homeowner's insurance, and I think they're happy with the building, and they see that it's sound, and they can now insure the building. And that's where I stand. And how, I never understood that we needed a variance and that the property line, because when I bought the building, the home inspection never included any information about that. So I thought it was okay the way it was, and I just needed to get the building in sound shape to satisfy my insurance, my homeowner's policy. And that's why the building came to have a nice rubber roof, and it's enclosed the way it is with windows. That made the building safer too, because kids were hanging out like underneath the porch trying to smoke and drink. And so I gated everything off so that they limited their access and made it safer that way. And so my homeowners insurance would be happy with that too, because they wouldn't want kids hanging around, drinking and smoking underneath my house. So I had to limit their access. And I'm also in the process of putting up some security cameras, and my neighbor's been helping me. And he also doesn't have a problem with the building. And he said he's fine with it. That originally it was a water handling issue, but that's been taken care of now with the gutters and the downspouts. And they're not pushing any water onto his property. And so we're very happy with it, and we hope that the building can stay, because I've been here 20 years now and struggling. When I first bought it, I was a third-year electrical apprentice, and I had to spend those 20 years, working my way through, rehabbing basically Boston, the buildings. And so I never knew that a variance was required, and that's what we're asking for here, because the space between the buildings. But as I said before, my neighbor is okay with the building, and he did not put in the complaint. And he feels that somebody had hacked his account and put in a false complaint against this. And that's what I have to say in favor of keeping my building.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Members have any questions?
Let him talk.
Okay, hearing none. Is there anyone else that would like to speak in favor of the petition? Anyone like to speak in favor of the petition?
Sir, we're having a rough time with the audio. Can you hear us?
We can hear you fine, yep.
Oh, that's good.
Chairman.
We can't hear them. No, I got to hold this too.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Calvin.
This is what he's saying.
I think we need to send a letter to ISD, Mr. Donovan, to make an inspection, see if this building is structurally sound before we make them move them on any.
Oh yeah, it's structurally sound because my insurance policy,
Wait a
they're
minute.
very happy.
I'm saying the building department, ISD, needs to make a determination on it.
I think that's fair. If you don't want to approve something that might be unsound.
Oh no, it's weak and I can't get it to charge.
Any other comments on the board from that?
So I get this to work. Wish I can't do it.
I think this is a tough case because these are precedents that I don't think we want to encourage. This is a tough one. Because if people just randomly build stuff, I think it could be a problem for the city of Lynn.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested to hear if there's any opposition to it. We'll get to that in a minute. And that you know, if it's been there all this time and there's no opposition from the neighbors, then I'm inclined to, consider it, I guess. If there's opposition.
Rick?
Yeah.
Jean said she wants to go along with Mr. Callen on the letter.
Okay.
Oh my God.
No.
Okay, so I'm not hearing anyone else that wishes to speak in favor of the petition. I want to close that.
Oh, see, because I got it back on, but
And
charged.
open the hearing to anyone in opposition. If there's anyone that wants to speak in opposition to this petition, please call us now. Anyone that wants to speak in opposition to this petition, please call us now. We'll wait a couple minutes to see if anyone calls in.
Oh, we just received our video back. We had, excuse me, sir, we had a loss of video and audio.
Okay, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Who's Mr. Flammia? Who appeared in opposition?
I'm not in opposition of it. I'm in favor of Alex. In other words, I have no problem with it. I'm sorry, the audio is awful. I'm trying my best to hear you. I apologize for that.
That's okay. So you guys stated your case well, and now the procedure is we ask if anyone else wants to speak in favor, and there was no one else in favor. So now we have a portion of the hearing where
That's something else, Mary.
we let people speak if anyone wants to speak in opposition. So now I ask people to call in if there's anyone that wants to speak in opposition. We're waiting to hear anyone that calls in now.
Rick?
A little while. I'll give it a little while longer.
Mary?
What's that?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Mary.
I'm sorry?
What, Gene?
Pardon me? This audio is awful.
There's another board member. There's a lot of problems with the audio. Everyone has different problems.
It's terrible. I can't barely, you sound like you're in another country.
Yeah, just hold tight. We're almost done with it. So, all right, it's been a couple minutes now, and no one's called in opposition. So I'm going to close that portion of the hearing, and now we'll make a determination by the board. And we have a request on the table from one of the board members. He's asking that we get inspectional services to go and inspect the addition there, which is essentially it's an addition, and make sure that it's sound, because we certainly don't want to approve anything. It looks okay from the outside, but we don't know if it's structurally sound. And if you go and sell it in a couple of years and someone else buys it, and maybe it crumbles or someone gets hurt, we want to be sure that should we approve it, that it was structurally sound. So we have that motion on the table, on the board, on the table from Mr. Callen, and Mrs. Curley has seconded that motion, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So you want to call the roll, Mary?
Sure.
The motion is to continue the hearing and to allow inspectional services to inspect this part of the building and make sure that it is structurally sound.
Okay.
Rick, are we continuing it to October 5th?
October the 5th. Can I have my pen?
Why don't we give inspectional services?
Okay, October the 5th.
What, Rick?
It's not affecting anything.
I'm sorry, I was just repeating. You said October the 5th.
October the 19th. We're going to give inspectional services till the 19th.
Okay, October
19th. Gotcha. October the 19th. I got married on October 20th. It was the most miserable day of my life. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, you ready for roll call? To continue the case to October 19th, to send a letter to ISD and asking them to make sure the property is sound and structurally sound.
Yeah, and we're going to send the letter out right away to them.
Yes.
And hopefully they'll have be able to report back to us for the October 19th meeting.
Yes.
Then we can decide. I think that's a good course of action, Mr. Callahan. Thank you. So call the roll, Mary.
Mr. Wooten? To continue
Yes,
to October 5th?
October 19th, right?
October 19th, I'm sorry, October 19th. Mrs. Crowitz, to continue to October 19th?
Yes, to continue.
Mrs. Curley, to continue to October 19th?
Yes.
Mr. Callen, to continue to October 19th?
Yes, to continue.
And Mr. Wood, to continue to October 19th?
Yes, to continue. Thanks, gentlemen. So you'll sign on with us again on October 19th, and hopefully this will be a continued case that will be more to the front of the hearing. I know you had to wait till the end, so thanks for your patience. And we'll be seeing you on the 19th. So thank you to the board. It was a lot of fun tonight. We had a busy night, and
Motion to adjourn.
Huh? Calvin?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you for hearing us.
Yes, thank you for hearing us. All in favor? Aye.
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 Thanks, everybody.
Aye.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Take care.
Thank
all.
you, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
They're going to have a problem recruiting drivers because they feel the benefits that city employees have may far outweigh what they get from a contract vendor. So that might be one incentive. And that raises the issue of possibly having capital funds available to municipalities that want to do their own busing. Maybe as part of the, part of the bond bill, they could borrow it, because the biggest cost obviously is the cost of the bus.